Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts. It is Thursday, and what a beautiful day it is. Boy, we got down in the low 30s, I think, mid 30s last night. So a good little cool snap, but it actually feels good out right now. Of course, I got on a t-shirt and my athletic pants. I hate to call them jogging pants because, well, I don't jog. Of course, I guess I shouldn't call them athletic pants because I'm not an athlete. But anyway, got here this morning, had two customers waiting for me at the gate. That was encouraging. If you've seen in one of my videos here last week or something, in the box truck down there, I had two old wooden doors that were thrown out over at the landfill, and I loaded them up and put them online and delivered them this morning. Just, I don't know, 4 miles out of my way, and sold them for $40. So that was just like me bending over and picking up two $20 bills. So whoever dumped them out over there, I appreciate that little boost to my economy this morning. But sold a radio and the heater control and that bezel combination out of that 2010, I think it is, Kia Forte. And then a young man come and got a couple fuel lines off the 97 Tahoe. So there we go. And I've about got caught up on the other messages about pictures for parts, LeSabre doors, and Mustang. I got somebody wanting Mustang quarters and fenders off of like the 2003 ones I got. But I haven't even gotten these listed yet. Honestly, I haven't even really looked at them other than driving by. This one I know didn't have a column in it, but it does have the radiator lamp up in it, so that's a plus if it's any good. And still got the cluster and some other apparatuses hanging down there. There's the AC condenser. And oh Lord, it's full of stuff back through there. It's kind of hard to list them without seeing what all's in them, but then that means I got to empty it and put it all back. And then there's a bunch of stuff in the small bed. Now, I had somebody on my other Avalanche wanted this cover, and it was gone. So maybe when I do get this enlisted, they'll see that if they've not found one, and inquire about it. So here we go, doing a video, start yawning. But this old truck's, it's gonna have some good stuff on it to part out. You still see some Avalanches out there, and then of course this Suburban. There again, like I said, I haven't even paid much attention to it. Now, I had a gentleman come up yesterday. I got another white Suburban, an 05, right down the row here. And this here looks like a greenhouse, but everything's died. And it's got the column and cluster and heater controls. Those things about always sells. The HVAC controls. But not as much stuff piled up in it. Got to watch too, when these been setting, they'll have wasp nest in the doors, even though it's cool. Yeah, it's got a little bit of debris and trash that needs to be got out of it. And no third row seating, it doesn't look like. Well, it ain't a Suburban, it's a Tahoe. What am I thinking? Evidently, I'm not thinking right. For some reason, I thought it was a Suburban. There's a transmission. I don't know if it's any good or not. That bezel, if it's good, it'll definitely sell. I would say this transmission probably will go in the core transmission pile. And but anyway, back to the guy that came on the Suburban that I got down the row here. He had a white one, and his hood was kind of a little hinky looking. And so I sold him mine. I helped him swap it, and I just took his trade in, and we just laid it over the bed of the truck down there close to it. So I done that yesterday, and a few other things. It was a decent day. It was kind of spread out all day long, more toward the end, but still nonetheless. But I got to get somebody that's can bend over and hook up a chain and guide some cars, because I've got the Mazda 3 and somebody is supposed to be coming to pay for that transmission. I got the box truck, I got the Arcadia, I got the Buick LeSabre, the Buick LaCrosse, and the Jeep Patriot. Now I've sold the transmission out of the Patriot. I thought he was coming back today to pull it, but he's done paid for it. So there's all of that. And I got the little square body S10 and that square body. I've got several that needs to be put in line with somewhere. But then, like I said, I got to get somebody that can hook up the chains and let me pull them around. We got to get this Lincoln straightened up. As I said in another video, I got to get these pulled back in the line here. We'll make it a little bit better because I'm about to the verge of maybe starting another row. I've got, I could put a couple more right in here. I got to move that little red car. Bless its heart. It's just, I've never listed it because I keep thinking, well, it's kind of cool, but crapazoid. I done backed into it twice and somebody else had hit it once. And somebody, it don't matter where I got it sitting at, somebody hits it. And more times than not, it's been me. I ain't even got this green Mustang listed yet, and it needs to actually go over some, but I need to get that Lexus transmission picked up and actually listed online. It was good. It's just all that's left of the Lexus that I had. But yeah, I got this row pretty full. I'm gonna try to, I got the little 2020 Mirage and a 99 CRV. They're stripped down pretty good. So I may put them over here, over that bank, and maybe even that little Eclipse Spider, because it's about down to nothing. And then I got an 08 Camry that's about down to nothing. So they could go over that bank a little bit and nothing's going to be so heavy that somebody couldn't carry the part back up. And then that would open up a few spots up here that I can put some more complete vehicles, if you will. Because like I said, that little Spider sitting there, it's about stripped. Another thing I need to start doing, like there's an AC compressor, which was just a core, and they threw it out on the ground in front of it. But I don't know if you've seen the video or not, but I had a young man stop by up here one day, and he was at a Johnson or Johnson City, Tennessee. I can't remember. I know it was Johnson something. But anyway, they buy scrap, and he said like those AC compressors was $4, $5. Alternators were $6, and something else was $5, and something else was $4. Like starters was one thing, and whatever. And I've got that stuff kind of like laying around. Guy that pulled those gas lines, he drug us out of the Tahoe, but he didn't put it back. See, there's an alternator. And so I got a lot of that stuff laying around that when I take them back, I just throw them down somewhere or whatever. So I've got to get some of that stuff gathered up. I've got a Ford Ranger bed. See, there's another alternator. So between the two alternators and that's like $20, close to it, or you know, a little shy of it, but laying here. And get them down there in that Ranger truck bed and just start piling them in there. And then that way, if he's back up this way in a month or two or whatever, then I've got a little bit of money laying there. I mean, he was paying like $7 for batteries. See, here's a AC compressor. The only downside to that, I mean, it's $7 in cash, but then I can get 10 in advance put on my account, and there's the alternator there. So I need to go around to all the cars and pick up all that loose money that's laying there and get them all in a pile somewhere, and that way they're easier to sell. Yeah, this old Camry's about stripped. I done sold motor and transmission, a couple of the doors, whatever, trunk, bumpers, and so it could actually go down over the hill there a little bit and open up this good spot up here where it's flat. And one of those cars is more complete, we can pull it up there. But so yeah, and of course there's the old red Tahoe that I sold the frame out from underneath the other night, and I got to get all this kind of picked up, cleaned up, which I was thankful he left me all those blocks. I think he called it cribbage or something. I don't care what he calls it, they were free, so they were for me. and it'll come in handy. But I just thought I hadn't done a video. Didn't do one yesterday. It was so flipping aggravating cold. I just didn't want to mess with it. Yeah, it was cold yesterday for the most part. Well, I'm going to migrate back around toward Black Betty and see what else I can get into. I think there was an AC compressor laying underneath that car, unless it's been picked up and put inside. And there it is. So there you go. Yeah, and I'm gonna pick up this piece of an inner fender. I'd say by the end of this week or the weekend, I may mow again. Some of it don't need it, but some of it kind of does. But that's winding down on the necessity of having to do that because these fall is here. And that was something else that guy left me that night. He got that frame. He had brought tires and wheels in case he needed them. And then his truck bed was full. He brought 4. And the other 2 are aluminum. He said, here, you can just keep these. So they stuck them up out of the way. Real good guys, really good. They were easy to work with. They took good care of my extra parts that didn't need to be messed up. So there's all that. The one thing I forgot to ask that boy is what they paid for, or if they even buy like scrap transmissions. Because I've got several laying back here or scattered here about and whatever. So, well, I see somebody down here. It looks like in a snatch truck. It's pulled up down here by old Black Betty Bam-a-lam. So let's go see if I can't sell some parts. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.